What if I told you that nearly every cell in your body holds a complete instruction manual for building you? That manual is DNA, and it's not just clever biology. It's a story written in a 4-letter code that your cells read every second of your life. Picture this. If you stretch the DNA from a single human cell, it would reach about 2 meters long, yet it's coiled so perfectly it fits inside a nucleus smaller than a dust speck. Wild, right? So what is DNA exactly? Think of it as a twisted ladder. Scientists call it the double helix. The rails are a sugar-phosphate backbone, and the rungs are pairs of chemical letters called bases, A, T, C, and G. Thanks to strict base pairing rules, A matches with T and C pairs with G, locking together with hydrogen bonds that make the ladder stable and copyable. That precision, those rules, is how life keeps its spellings correct across trillions of cells. But here's the thing, DNA isn't just a picture, it's a process. The most important chapters are genes, stretches of DNA that carry instructions to build proteins, the nanomachines of life. Your cell first copies a gene's code from DNA into messenger RNA. This is transcription. Then ribosomes read that RNA to assemble a protein. This is translation. That two-step flow from DNA to RNA to protein is the core logic of how cells work. Zoom out, and you'll see DNA packaged into chromosomes, 23 pairs in humans, holding roughly 3 billion base pairs of code. Despite all our differences, any two people are astonishingly alike at the DNA level, around 99.6 to 99.9% similar, meaning tiny variations in the remaining fraction help make each of us unique. Same blueprint, different margin notes. Now, a surprise, only a sliver of your genome, about 1 to 1.5%, actually codes for proteins. The vast majority is non-coding DNA, which helps regulate when, where, and how genes turn on, shapes chromosome architecture, and stores other vital instructions we're still decoding. Junk DNA? Not really, it's more like the control room behind the scenes. If this is starting to make sense, hit subscribe for a Science Reveal episode every week. Here's another plot twist. Not all your DNA lives in the nucleus. Mitochondria, the cell's power stations, carry their own tiny circle of mitochondrial DNA with just 37 genes. And unlike nuclear DNA, which comes from both parents, mitochondrial DNA is typically inherited from your mother. It's a breadcrumb trail of your maternal lineage, passed down like an unbroken whisper through time. Bonus facts to make your neurons fizz. The idea that your entire DNA in one cell is about 2 meters long explains why cells are masters of organization, coiling the helix around proteins to package miles of code into microns of space. Meanwhile, those AT and GC pairings aren't just cute couples. Their specific hydrogen bonds and base stacking make copying possible at breathtaking scale, with proofreading enzymes catching most typos before they matter. And remember that similarity stat? Whether you hear 99.6% or 99.9% depending on how it's measured, the headline is the same. Our differences ride on a tiny slice of the code, which makes the shared human story even more remarkable. So to recap the story, DNA is a double helix built from nucleotides, held together by precise base pairing. Genes are the instruction lines, chromosomes are the binders that hold them. The cell reads DNA via transcription to RNA and translation to proteins. Most of your genome is non-coding DNA that controls the show, and a special tiny genome, mitochondrial DNA, tags along in your cellular powerhouses from your maternal line. The big takeaway? DNA isn't just a molecule, it's the world's most elegant information system, compact, durable, and endlessly creative, writing the story of life in 4 letters.